Let's go ahead and get into this week's Pac-12 Power Rankings. Eric, you can go ahead and kick things off, man.
All right, I'll list off mine, you list off yours, and then I think we got a couple differences.
We do.
So
we
can
do have a couple
battle it out.
differences.
But coming in at number one, I got Arizona. That sucks.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah. I got the Wildcats coming in at number one. 45-point win, man. As much as I would love to be biased, I'm also not dumb. So I got to put them number one. I got Wazoo coming in at number two. They're my biggest miss, I would say, from the pre-Pac-12 play. I would say I didn't really believe in them as a team. They have really impressed, especially as of late. Oregon coming in at 3, Colorado at 4, UCLA turning things around for the last little bit of the season. They're at 5, Utah at 6, Cal at 7, Washington at 8. There's Arizona State all the way down
There's
there.
Arizona State
At 9, Stanford at 10, USC at 11, Oregon State rounding it out. Sorry, Clint.
I just can't believe they lost by 45 and he had them going up a spot.
Yeah, that's what's crazy to me.
Did I have them?
You
Yeah,
had
they
them
moved
going
up
up a
a spot.
spot
I
after
had them
losing
low.
by 45.
I could have sworn I thought I had them going down.
I don't think you were on the previous week's show.
No, I don't
you
think
weren't.
so either. No, I don't think I did a Pac-12 Power Rankings the week before, so I don't know if those plus
No,
and
this
minuses.
is based off of Totree's rankings last week. Is
off
the way
of
I did that.
Totri's.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
It is crazy you have them up to 9 after a 45-point loss. I know they beat what? They beat Oregon State midweek last week.
That's the thing is like they lost to the number 5 team in the country, right? And it stung a little
By
bit more.
45.
Yeah, I
And
know.
no, it's their rival. It's their rival.
I know.
It could be number 1 and it wouldn't matter. What did we just talk about? Kansas State beat number 5 Kansas at the time, or number 9
All right,
Kansas.
fine. I'll put them 13th. Damn
Well, no,
it.
they're not as bad as some
No,
of the
they might
other
be bad.
teams. They're not the worst team in the conference. They're not the worst team in the
bad.
conference. Look,
They're
let's go
bad.
ahead. This is my Pac-12 Power Rankings this week. I'm with you, Eric. We've got the Arizona Wildcats atop the conference, far and away the best team here. Washington State, second week in a row that they are my number 2 team, similar to you. They are on a 7-game win streak, the longest win streak of any team in the Pac-12 as it stands right now. They are a very, very hot team. They've got some nice wins as well. UCLA up to 3. Can't believe we're at this point in the season, but the Bruins, it feels like they have started to figure it out, man. It genuinely feels like they have started to figure out. They're 9-6 now. Overall in Pac-12 play, 14-12 on the season. It's been interesting to watch Mick Cronin and really UCLA try and navigate everything that's going on with them. Oregon at 4, they fall a spot. Colorado falls a spot as well. Utah up to 6. Cal up to 7, another team that I didn't expect to be here. Should have listened to Shane Diefenbach as he is all Cal all the time. Stanford at 8. Washington at 9. Arizona State at 10. Oregon State at 11. And USC at 12. So a couple differences that we have. Again, I am just curious as to why Arizona State is number 9 on yours. What team did he have Arizona State better than? What teams?
Stanford, Oregon State, USC.
And I agree with you on USC and Oregon State. Oregon State, I don't think has won a road game all season long, or at least all conference season. I don't think they're better than Stanford, though.
Right, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't have the fight in me. I'll just say you're right. Like this team, I am not gonna sit up here and be like, no,
He just said not worth it.
Like you're like, okay, yeah, fuck it. Like like I'm fine with it, dude. Like listen, like Stanford, ASU, I feel like you could split hairs. Honestly, I feel like if they played, it would be a close game. Like I don't think ASU's a good team. I don't think Stanford's a good team. If you
nobody in this conference is good.
That's okay. So
Stanford
that's what I'm saying. When
U of A, at least.
Yeah.
And us.
Yeah.
Hey, don't look at me. I got them where I think they are.
All right, listen.
Last I checked, ASU beat both USC and Oregon State. That's why
we agree. We're splitting hairs of one thing, man. Like
they split with Oregon State, so I think it could
go
go either way.
Yeah, split includes a win at some point. And they got the most recent dub. Like, it counts for something. I know Side Tripping with Carrie saying UCLA is way too high. I disagree. Again, this is not standings. This is just power rankings, the way teams are playing. And I know UCLA, they did just lose their last game to Utah, 70-69. Prior to that game, though, they had a win over, and these are all coming in a row, win over SC, win over Oregon State, win over Oregon, win over Stanford, win over Cal, win over Colorado. Like, they win on what? 5-6 game win streak before the 1 point loss to Utah, not to mention
6-game win streak. And the game before that they lost was a 6-point loss to Arizona.
And before that they
beat ASU and they beat Washington. Now before that it was a 4-game losing streak, sandwiched between then a win and then another 4-game losing streak. So they've been very hot or cold, but like you said, this is not a standings, right? This is a who's been playing the best recently. And you can definitely argue they've been playing some of the best ball in the Pac-12. I mean, Washington State, Oregon, like Colorado has fallen off a little bit. They're only 8-7 in conference. Like Utah's been really inconsistent.
Yeah.
You could argue though with UCLA, I don't think any of those wins have been by double digits.
No.
Their biggest win so far is Washington, I believe, by 12 points. Everything else, and they beat St. Francis, Pennsylvania, like 75-44. But like all of their wins have been like a 4-point win, a 1-point win, an 8-point win, 9-point. Like it's been close games, but they're still winning.
Yeah.
This conference is just a mess.
I'm curious, do you think, side trip with Carey, is Tinkle on the hot seat talking about Wayne Tinkle, the basketball coach for the Oregon State Beavers? Been there since 2014. We're talking 10 years now. Oregon State, one of the worst teams in the conference this season. Love to get Clint's opinion on it as well.
He said Oregon State 12, yay, we can finally fire Tinkle. So I don't think Clint is a fan.
I just wouldn't feel confident if my basketball coach's name was Tinkle.
Unless his son's on the team.
Yeah,
I was going to say, his son could ball, though.
Yeah, but he's no longer on the team, right?
No,
he was on the team a long time ago
anymore.
when we were in college.
It's an unfortunate last name. I can't lie.
Yeah, Tinkle's just...
That's what you say before we do every show.
Tinkle on a hot seat, too?
So you got to go Tinkle.
That's tough. That's true. That is very true.
Tinkle on the hot
Tinkle's
seat
on the
is
hot
a wild
seat.
sentence.
Yeah, man.
See, that's just this is Pac-12 basketball, baby.
Yeah, it is. Look, somebody in the chat earlier was talking about the athletic director position. They said, I'll be the athletic director. You'd be the assistant AD, and Shane would be the men's basketball coach. How do you feel about that?
Shane would point shave like nobody that has ever point shaved before. Actually, I guess there have been some people who have point shaved before.
At ASU.
But I definitely feel like if anybody could not be trusted to be in charge of a college basketball team, nothing against, like, he'd probably be like, smart enough to do it, but then he'd be too smart to be like, what if I take the under?
He'd be too smart for his own good.
Yeah, he'd be like, what if I take the under? He's like, Frankie, I have the over on steals. I don't care if you foul out. Like, I need you to go hard. Damn. Right? Alonzo Gaffney, I have the over on 3-pointers attempted. I need you to launch it with help. Maybe that's what Bobby was doing for the first couple of games of Pac-12 play. But I would not trust Shane Diefenbach to coach any team. Like, that would be corruption galore. Yeah. We'd have a good time, though.
Oh, we'd have an absolute blast. Guys, that's going to do it for our Pac-12 Power Rankings. Head to the comments, hit that like button. Let us know what you think.